Gold is in a secular bull market. So what that means is when something's in a secular bull market, you don't really try to get involved in these ups and downs of small corrections. You want to find things that are in a secular bull market. Let me give you an example. When tech stocks started rallying a decade ago, should you have said after a year, well, I don't know, they don't look so, like maybe the most is gone from them. Maybe I'll pull my money out. No, you were in a secular rally and you just sit tight and you be right, sit tight is what they say, right? So we look at gold today. We were going into, earlier in the week, the election, the uncertainty, we had gold gyrating, and what was happening is they'd say, maybe Biden's going to win. Oh, okay, more stimulus. Well, maybe Trump's going to win. Oh, okay, no stimulus. You got to be kidding me. The real people on this market, the real people that know how to position, were saying it doesn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter is because stimulus, good for gold. No stimulus, bankruptcy lawyers are going to make a fortune. So basically you're in this scenario where these assets are going to go. Now, gold, silver, Bitcoin, let's pull silver back from that because silver is really a trading commodity. So let's just say gold and Bitcoin. And, we're going to be splitting hairs on kind of the same fundamental idea. So this is an environment where things are happening very quickly. As you know, we're having scenarios that used to take months and quarters to play out are happening in weeks. You can get very confused if you don't have a plan. So in the book, at the end of the book, I talk about what I've done with my net worth. I feel like gold's heading higher to $2,500 by the end of the year. Okay, we'll come back on in the beginning of the year and give you a forecast for next year because we'll know more as things sort out. There's a lot of uncertainty in what will everything look like when people start getting a feel for legislative changes that are going to be coming. You still don't know. Even though you know some of the outcomes, you don't know exactly what will be possible. So we'll get a feel for that. We'll know what's coming. Now, how do you play that? Do you buy gold, and make a few $100? I don't think so. The gold that you have is your insurance policy. Royalties offer a unbelievable chance to take advantage of a rising gold price. Now, with gold, it's one set. People get tired of hearing about that. That's why I joined the board of Nova Royalty, which is capitalizing on the trend of the electrification of this new economy. So, copper and nickel are in high demand, and royalties are the way to play it. I don't know a business in the whole world that's more lucrative than the royalty business. Bitcoin, I found no way to play the royalty side of it. I visited the biggest Ethereum miner in the world. I still couldn't figure out a way to create a royalty on that, so I ran into trouble. And this should let you know why I ended up where I ended up with my investment portfolio. And so far, so good. We've had, tremendous gains. Metal is up, it's been up 1,000%, right? Gold's up 50%, Metal up 1,000 in August from its inception, less than 4 years. That's pretty amazing. Bitcoin, you've got a $300 billion market cap, which assumes about 14,000. And then let's just say, 21 million in Bitcoin. There's debates over how much of that Bitcoin is tradable. And, there's all this stuff here and there, but it's about 1/40th the size of the gold market, which is $12 trillion. And so you can say from one side of the coin, you can say this is a serious opportunity for us to see parity, in this asset class. But it's all, how are you going to play it? Are you going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin and hope that it goes up 40 times to meet the value of gold? That's making a lot of very serious assumptions that I'm not sure I'm ready to make. Whereas with gold, I'm looking at 1,000% gains in the value of gold royalties when gold went up 50%. Think about that. So, you had tremendous upside to a 50% move in gold. So that, at the end of the day, you say, what do you really want here? Do you want to buy Bitcoin at 14,000 and ride it up to 30,000 or something? Okay. There's room in a reasonable person's portfolio for Bitcoin. The chart looks amazing. It's headed higher. There's room for that in the portfolio. But the reality is that it's similar to physical gold, where it's not really an investment, it's an asset. Well, I want to give people something that they can disrupt every dinner party they go to this weekend. All right, Perfect. There's $12 trillion worth of gold in the entire world, according to Pierre Lasson's World Gold Council. That's all the gold ever mined in history. The U.S. spent over $6 trillion this year, and all we heard about was, we need more. We need more. We're going to starve without the stimulus. We need more. And what did we spend all that money on? Dental shields, plastic coverings, airline bailouts, checks to people so they could put the money into Robinhood accounts. Okay, that money's all gone. Forget about it. It's not coming back. Okay, so when people start thinking about this, ask yourself, what's going to happen next year? I mean, the federal government already is going to spend $3.5 trillion plus, maybe more, and all they're talking about now is it's 0% rates. We can just do MMT and talk forever. Now, one thing here, I don't want people to think we're going in different directions. In my book, Why Gold, Why Now, I lay out these events are coming in sequence. So if you read the book, you know you're not surprised by this. You know, you're going to have these things start happening like dominoes, and you're going to have MMT. You're going to pay people not to work. You're going to have negative interest rates. You're going to have a digital currency. We lay all this out, and it's all happening right in front of our very eyes. The question is, will you prepare or will you not prepare? Because people that do see this coming and they're ready, and many people don't, and they're just confused with every single headline. You know, the old-fashioned way my granddad taught me was to get rich was to spend less than you earn and invest the difference wisely. That's out the window. You know, we need something like in the next couple of weeks where we can retire. I mean, that's the mentality of the average Robinhood trader, right? I mean, but as we know, that's also the type of mentality that usually ends in tears, okay? But they'll find that out on their own. So the reality is that it's totally sensible right now to have a Bitcoin position. But the question is, when you say, I don't have enough time, okay, when we started Metalla less than 4 years ago, it was $1.20 a share Canadian, and it was over $13 in August, okay? That's over 1,000% gain. Now, that's less than 4 years. Now, I don't know what these other people are investing in, but I haven't found many scenarios where things like that happen in the investment world. I mean, okay, you might have bought some Neo coin or something for 8 cents and then it ran up to some huge number. I get it. That could happen every now and then, but would you really have put $1 million into that? I mean, you would have been insane. Because remember, in the book I walk through, there's a clear distinction, because you can read all the newsletters you want. People don't characterize the mining business properly. They talk about the royalty business like they're financing mines. It's not the case. With Metalla, we learned that there were thousands of royalties sitting out there, and we went out and started buying them up. And when gold price goes higher, the valuation of that explodes. Things are moving very quickly, and any technician you ask to look at that chart will tell you it's gonna snap at some point. We don't know when, but it's gonna snap. And I'm surprised gold's not a lot higher already. It's gonna go, and let me tell you something important, Daniela, it's not gonna go twice. It's gonna go, and that's gonna be it. So it doesn't go and then come back and pick you up and then go again.